Lane is here too. Okay, I just want to make sure that we're. Thank you, Patrick, for the one coin.
So anyway, here's another one. And again, I'm hearing this story a lot. Got cornered at a bridal shower by the bride regarding how I feel about Ethan being in hot water lately.
Nah, Angelica, it sounds like sorry to keep on pausing, but thank you for the follow. It sounds like Adam like wrote off Olivia. It seems. I don't think he wants to be friends with her, like at the moment at least. So it sounds like no at the moment, but
dude, you are ruining weddings, man.
Yeah, the bride.
The bride and a bride.
I think she silently left, so it wouldn't be look too bad on both their parts. Thank you, Patchwork, for the thank you. Look at that. Thank you so much. I think she silently left, so it wouldn't look too bad on both their parts. I had a feeling Olivia was taking a break or just quit.
Damn.
Now people were saying they don't. It's almost
Emily,
unbelievable.
thank you for the follow.
I believe her, and I'll
Wow.
because somebody said this is almost unbelievable, and she said it just happened, which makes me believe her.
What? What? This I don't believe this. Well, it happens. Yeah. Sounds right. I mean, okay. I don't know. Wow. We'll let the video play.
I am shocked that a bride on her bridal shower.
Let me read you this.
Wow.
And the reason I'm reading this to you is just because it's so, emblematic of stuff that I'm saying, and you guys are saying too. Let's be real.
I'm sorry to clap so loud. I'll stop pausing as well. But to be in this situation, like to be in they just declared a famine in Gaza. They just declared a famine. Multiple organizations, even some Israeli humanitarian organizations, have declared it a genocide. Right? To be seeing this situation and to be like, oh God, we need more support for the Israeli people. We need more support for. What? Are you out of your mind? I think they have a floor of 28K. What are you talking about? Viewers live? No, they're like at. What are you talking about? They're not. What are you talking about? What are they at right now? 20K. Last episode, they were at like 14K at one point. They had 14,000 viewers at one point. They used to get, back in like the Frenemies era, they had like 100,000 viewers sometimes. 14K can't keep this up. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's way lower. No, it's super low.
So here it is. Everybody in my life knows that I've been a fan since the beginning. 90% of my main wardrobe.
Oh, I wanted to take a look at the subreddit real quick to see what the fun guy were saying. Dear Olivia, take all the time you need. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Sub holds some blame too. Our community needs to be better. Olivia, regarding Olivia needing a mental health break, being a public figure online is hard. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. Are you a public figure? And this isn't the first time that the show has been through some bullshit, but these last several weeks, this sub has been irrationally harsh on the crew, especially AB and Olivia. They hate Olivia. It's because it's a lot of Destiny fans and they're like misogynists. 90% of my wardrobe? Who said that? Oh, in the 90% of my wardrobe is Teddy Fresh is nuts. How do you even have that many clothes that are from Teddy Fresh? They only have a couple of designs, right? Oh no, they probably have a lot. I don't know. Because they're able to steal so many off of Pinterest, so many designs off of Pinterest, they're able to sort of is Olivia still on? No, she left the show, well, sabbatical or like mental health break, but the way that they were talking made it sound like Ethan had to keep on correcting the crew to not make it seem. Thank you, HH, for the one coin. Ethan had to keep on correcting people to like not say that she was leaving permanently. So I don't know. Seems unlikely that she's doing just a mental health break. Bro, just play the video. Get the fuck. Get muted, goober. Get. Hey, goober, get muted.
F around and find out.
Don't F with me, bro. Okay. Honestly, most of it didn't need to be said because it was all parasocial nonsense. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, your community does suck. We love you so much, Olivia. Olivia is the best, and she deserves a break. Okay, everybody seems to be really nice about it. As expected, Hassan and his fans are silent on the Nepalese Chinese government murdering protesters. Bro, this happened just now. Bro, this just happened. Bro, this happened less than 12 hours ago. What are you talking about? There hasn't even been a quarter of a news cycle since this happened. What are you talking about? Okay, anyway, we'll go back to the video. Sorry.
Drill bags and accessories are Teddy Fresh. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And shout out to everybody, by the way, who watches this show, knows who I am, knows what we stand for, and
You don't stand for shit.
know,
AW, thank you for the 100 coins.
and that means the world. So thank you guys.
Thank
To all
you.
of our members as well. It makes such a big difference. So
Goofy
recently, I
on.
felt like my sister-in-law had been acting weird around me. Both of them are a few
Goofy
years younger
aw.
than me and are part of Gen
Sorry.
Z.
I'll
Both
stop
are
doing that.
TikTok obsessed and have self-diagnosed autism. Ooh.
What does that mean? Why are you coming at people for self-diagnosed autism? I mean, you shouldn't self-diagnose, probably. But what? What are we doing?
Ooh.
It
What does that mean? Self-diagnosed autism? Does that mean they don't have it?
It means clock it.
means what?
There's other fruit on there.
Claim they have it, but haven't got it professionally.
I think she means that.
It seems
they
ableist. I
just
don't know.
learned about autism.
Seems a little bit ableist. If somebody says I'm self-diagnosed autistic, I mind my business and I take their word. Like, I think there's a good practice for being able to actually be able to diagnose yourself, not diagnose yourself, get somebody to diagnose you professionally, but that costs money, a lot of money. And you need to have insurance, which also costs money. Yeah, let's get a diagnosis with this RFK Jr. admin. A great point. They're talking about like literal eugenics in the RFK administration, or sorry, in the RFK HHS administration. Get diagnosed now? But if somebody tells me that, I mind my business. I don't, that's not my, oh, show me papers. Fuck off. What is this?
On TikTok and decided
Yeah.
that it kind of like
Right.
relates to them.
They're a
and
special class.
Self-diagnosed that they have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, stop taking, listen, I think for Gen Z, thank you, Lily, for the follow. I think for Gen Z using like AAVE and like drag cultural language and stuff, I'm not going to say that it should be a thing that happens, right? But at the same time, it's a little bit different than Ela, Raider of Ramallah, referred to a black person as an MONKEY. I think it's a little bit different. Referred to a black man as being crack chic because he was wearing a tank top like this and a beanie. I think it's a little bit different for her to be using clock it. Stop it. Don't do that.
Think they're the main character and are undereducated performative activists. A few years ago, I got into an argument with one of them because she asked me
I'm finna be in the pit.
related to my career, and she did not appreciate my honest response.
That's a
We
good
never
sound
closed but that definitely hurt any chance of a decent relationship. Things started to get weird after
I'm
that.
always wearing
I
a
assumed
tank
that was
top,
the
though.
reason and didn't think twice. Now, my husband's cousin, 33 female, had
her
wouldn't that be a
husband's cousin?
Oh, never mind. I'm confused. My husband's cousin, a 33
Oh,
female,
shit.
had her bridal shower yesterday. The only people I knew there were my mother-in-law, 2 aunts. One was the bride's mom, and my sister-in-laws. They all live close and drove together. I lived a
Sorry,
little
we're
further
at
and
10,000
right down
likes. I
the road.
gotta
When
do
got there,
the.
the 6 of us were seated along one side of 2 tables pushed together with nobody sitting across from us. The way the seating was, me on one end, the bride's mom, mother-in-law, aunt 2, and then sister-in-laws on the other end of the table. So I basically sat alone since the bride's mom and mother-in-law were helping host and not sitting most of the shower. At one point, I came back from the bathroom, and the bride's mom was in my seat. She apologized and let slip that she was confused because the seating at our table changed. I knew at that moment exactly what happened. I was embarrassed and on the verge of tears. A little later, the bride came up to me at my seat and started staring down my phone, which was upside down on the table with the charm phone case on it. That's the Teddy Fresh charm
The
phone.
best phone case. Everybody always compliments me.
She points to the TF bear
What the fuck are you talking about?
There's other. Oh my God! Stop
and asked me
it.
why I still have that on my phone. I told her it was cute, and she immediately asked how I can still support the show and Ethan. She didn't explicitly ask me about Israel Palestine, but she was getting at it. I cut her off and just said I didn't want
They
to talk
posted
about it
this.
at her.
Stop. They posted this. Stop it. They posted this. They 100% posted this. I don't care. They posted this. They wrote this and posted it.
Bridal shower, and she walked away. Literally seconds later, I see her and the sister-in-laws talking and looking at me. Shortly after, I grabbed my things and snuck out without saying anything to anybody. I have never talked politics with any of these people other than goofing on current administration and knowing none of us are MAGA. They have no idea what I actually think about anything, especially in the Middle East. I knew that the one sister...
Okay, well, there should be there should only be one opinion that you have about the Middle East. Like, that's the thing. That's like, oh, I don't really want to get into politics. You can't not get into politics. The only way that you can't get into politics is if you're privileged enough for it not to affect you. And if it doesn't affect you, you should know that it affects other people very greatly. Like, this whole, like, I don't get into politics thing is weak. That's weak.
Sister-in-law was a leftist and kind of expected it from her. What I didn't expect was
Oh, no, a leftist.
to approach me about something she clearly is uneducated on and try to fight or embarrass me at her own bridal shower. I didn't expect the aunt and mother-in-law to
Emily.
go along with excluding me all because I was a fan of a podcast.
Is the OP's username Hasbro a troll? Ethan ChatGPT psychosis, this one. Olivia left. Yes.
When I got home, I broke down to my husband and told him I don't
Casey,
feel
thank you for the
comfortable going to
coin.
any family events for a while. And
How are you, Emily?
And I'm not going to stop him from going, but I will not be going anywhere. I'm clearly not wanted.
Wow.
And so, yeah, this is what convinced me, guys. I hope this is fake. Why would someone be worried about Ethan Klein at their own wedding? And then they said, I promise it's not fake. It happened yesterday. And
That's what sold you? I think this is fake. Nah. No, it's not fake. Oh my god, she's telling the truth. What? What does that even mean?
I believe it.
Reading this, it was very detailed. I didn't get fake at any point.
And
It's
I
not
hear
fake.
stuff like this all the time now.
To be fair, Elo, you're stupid as fuck. So I mean, it wouldn't clock anyway.
So there's like
It wouldn't
three
clock.
things
It
to
wouldn't
break
clock
down.
it, as you
First
like to
of all,
say.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, she left.
Dude, it's so fucked.
I'm
that
so
you
sorry.
Just being a fan
I'm so sorry, dude. This is what you're sorry about.
of a podcast somehow.
Also, like, just because you had the phone case, which is just a cute phone case, like, what's the
Steady
problem?
They're being. Oh my god. Oh my god. The dog. Thank you, whoever did that. Thank you. $2.99. Thank you for the 300 coins. Holy shit. I can't stand Ela yet. No, I mean, I don't know. Fuck. Forgot what I was gonna say.
With Teddy
Oh yeah, they said they were nice about it. They said like, "Oh, we're gonna miss you," blah blah blah. But they said that she's taking a mental health break, and then some of the crew acted like she was never coming back, and then Ethan was like correcting them.
Fresh now.
That's well, if they know it's Teddy Fresh, then
A small business that is hiring local.
Okay, I know you're a small business technically because you have under 75 employees or whatever, or under 300. But stop using that. You're not the same as like people struggling to make money in this climate with the tariffs, and actually, you might be struggling to make money. I don't know.
Cool people, like supporting artists, supporting everything.
Zionist run, you know. Obviously.
Now that's a problem.
It's Zionist run.
What did you just say? I'm sorry, what did you just say?
No, it's Teddy Fresh, then
A small business that is hiring local people, like supporting artists, supporting everything.
Zionist run, you know. Obviously.
Now that's a problem.
Thank you, AW. Oh my god, oh my god, thank you so much.
The absolute governor.
Huh? What the hell is
I hate rats. But we're gonna kill rats. I hate rats. I hate rats. Discouraging rodents.
It's Zionist run. What do you spend? What social media platform do you spend your time on? Twitch, owned by Amazon, who's actually on the BDS list. But anyway, so I'm trying.
Amazon is not on the BDS list.
Mature.
I don't think. Is it? I thought companies that were like all encompassing, companies that were like gigantic and like owned like everything weren't on the BDS list. Like I thought like Target and stuff weren't on the. Am I wrong about that? I might be. Actually, I don't know. It's a pressure target, but not a boycott target. Thank you, Alfonso. If it is avoid, if can, or limit use. Yeah, exactly. So it's because some people literally cannot avoid using those like using Amazon. He gets so butthurt when people criticize him. He probably has you on his list of people to sue. probably. But okay, here's the thing: every time that every time that it's convenient for him to use the Palestinian cause in order to prove a point, he will use it without a second thought. He will say, "Oh, but I thought that was on the BDS list." But then the rest of the time, be like, "Oh yeah, because we're Zionists," and it's like, what? I guess is that a joke? Was that a joke? And then Hila says, "Oh, that's a problem now." It's always been a problem. It's been a problem since the 1920s.
Okay. Clearly, let's just admit that nobody in this story, or no, let's concede that nobody in the story is a bad person. These people genuinely think that I am like a Israel supporter, a Zionist, and that I want to genocide Palestinians. Why do they think that? I don't know. There's a bunch of
Are you stupid? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
really fucking disgusting, evil, hateful, pathetic people who have dedicated their entire lives, literally their lives.
Thank you,
I
Chips
would say
Ahoy.
days, literally their life. There are people who spend
Yeah, it's
all
from
day,
today.
every day, clearly unemployed, talking about me and people on the show, right? But let's assume that the people who are being influenced that on TikTok are not actually
Because you
evil
do
and
shit
do it.
like this, man. It's so obvious at any time that the Palestinians could be the subject of the conversation. Is this fucking play about us? Anytime that a Palestinian could be the subject of the conversation, sorry, anytime that Palestine or Gaza could be the subject of the conversation, he always directs it to how he is feeling or what the other side is, or like what is wrong with it. Like he'll bring up like, oh, you see, in Gaza, people were protesting Hamas. You see that? But you guys should take a note out of that. Even they don't want blah 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 blah. And it's like, just leaving out like the biggest, which he knows about. He knows, like, he watches Israeli media, so he would have to know that Israel Katz, when he said that when the Palestinians were protesting Hamas, he was literally saying 1 or 2 days before that if you guys don't kick Hamas out, we're going to show you like fire and brimstone, absolute bedlam. And so, yeah, of course they were protesting Hamas. He always does this shit. It's like actually infuriating. Then he says, we're anti-Palestinian?
Oh my God! Stop it.
Doing something good. So my question is, how do I actually reach out to these people? How do I battle what's become this overwhelming tsunami of vicious misinformation and lies? Before, when Keemstar was doing that to me, I didn't talk about it for a long time, and I gave him all the territory to basically say what he wanted. But
Isn't it interesting though? Isn't it interesting though? I just realized this. Something that's actually really interesting is Hila was wearing Olivia's lolcow jacket before they even announced. Hila was wearing the jacket that was given to Olivia with her little name on it in the last episode. What did Kay do? You're all so strange for obsessing over this family. Ew. Don't call him that. Wait, Olivia's gone? Yeah, but why was Hila wearing her jacket with her name on it before they even announced that she left? They were like, okay, finally, god damn. Mental health break, yeah. I've never been so disrespectful to somebody. Like, just Hila is just like the... She wants to wear her skin.
There's other fruit on there.
Did they stop streaming it? Please, please, God. Do we have chapters yet? No chapters yet. Chapters incoming, so I'll be able to skim through. They absorbed Olivia's aura. They literally they absorbed Olivia. You don't call them that.
Explaining and addressing it, it resolved, because everybody at that time listened and was like, oh, okay, this is bullshit. But now people don't listen now, and they don't want to hear what I have to say. They just want to hear what Hassan has to say, and all these random fucking TikTokers and Twitter accounts. So my question is, like, how do I get through to these people? Because what I did before is not working. My policy after that was always like, don't ever let anybody say shit on you. Always address it, always correct it, so that, there's nobody can lie on you again like Keemstar did.
That was your policy? It's a bad policy.
Friend of the show, by the way. Hi, girl. You again.
Don't
Keemstar,
do that.
always
Oh
aggressive,
my
always correct.
god.
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
It. My policy after that was always like, don't ever let anybody say shit on you. Always
Thank you for
address
the
it,
follow,
always
Haley.
correct it, so that there's nobody can lie on you again, like Keemstar did. Friend of the show, by the way. Hi, girl.
Okay, first of all, you use that for. Thank you for the follow, Ashton. You use that for Keemstar? You said, hey girl, friend of the show, hey girl to Keemstar? Ew. I don't know. I'm a straight man. I don't know that has anything to do with that, but like that's gross. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Hi girl to Keemstar with doing this.
How do I reach these goddamn kids? You know?
Say it again.
How do I reach these goddamn kids?
Oh, that's a good sound drop. Oh my god. What? You don't want to say. That's not what you meant to say, is it? That can't be what you meant to say.
You know? Although it's not just kids. This person's in their early 30s, right? How do I reach these goddamn kids? You know? Although it's not just kids. This person's in their early 30s, right? This person's 33 in the story. So I've never been in this situation before, honestly, where the avalanche of bullshit was just so consistent, so organized, so widespread, so prevalent that I literally am just being buried in it. Now, something that really made me
You did this to
wanna talk
yourself.
about this and gave me the idea of ways that I can address this was listening to this. We recently spoke to Hutch in a VOD. I hope you guys watched and enjoyed it. He's a liberal
No, that shit was terrible. He kept on bringing up points that nobody was even making during that entire VOD. Not just kids. How do I reach these goddamn kids? What is he trying to do? Babe, can you stream a game once? I stream games all the time, Joanna. Oh no, the P-Troll, yeah. What's up, Magpie? What he said, OMG, I can't understand him. What do you mean? He said, how do I reach these goddamn kids?
I touch in a VOD.
When did this air? It's like, it ended 3 hours ago. Or no,
You
like
guys
just
watched and enjoyed
recently,
it.
within the hour.
He's a liberal commentator, a
Video VOD on demand.
video VOD on demand. Excuse
Joe, just saying, the word liberal should make you despise the party in general. Leveraging personal financial needs or causes for gifts. Dude, I got this notice again. Have I been leveraging personal financial needs or causes for gifts? Did I do that? Hello?
Excuse me.
Just don't
That-
wanna
I
confuse
didn't want to
anybody.
confuse them. Yeah. By the way, no commentary on the cookie?
Oh, it was quite good. Thank you. I think everybody got to try it. I split it up.
Very nice,
What do
right?
we all think?
Crunchy
It
and
tasted
soft.
homemade, like burned homemade a little bit, but it was good.
Mm.
It's the best texture.
Oh, wow.
Crunchy
Cool to be a
and
soundbite, I
soft.
suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Such a big difference.
Shit. Thank you for the heart me.
Commentator, a really watching my friends and this great really get a peek into what these people think and the stuff that they think. How do I reach these goddamn kids? So out there, so far from any version of reality that I first wanted to watch this clip with you guys.
Thank you, Alexa.
And then discuss.
Thank you
what
for the
I'm thinking
sour.
in terms of
What is
how to approach this. It's clearly whatever we're
that? AW, thank you so much for the subscription. Oh my god, thank you so much. That's crazy. Also, Patchwork, of course, for the holy shit for the. Thank you for the follow, Chris. What's happening right now? There's so many people here.
doing currently is not working, right? Let's see what
That's
Hutch,
insane.
has to do here.
There's 160 people in here. What the hell? Okay,
Why are you
cool.
interviewing
That's cool.
H3? What is this? You don't think that that's detrimental to your larger audience to what he believes?
No, I don't. This initial fracture between Ethan's audience and Hassan's audience, all of that started because all Ethan wanted Hassan to do was to moderate his community. who were accusing Ethan and his wife of being like baby killers and
Thank you for the
accusing
follow,
them
Blink.
of supporting genocide, which none of that was based in reality.
So them supporting like Israel's actions, that's not based in reality.
What actions did they support specifically? What are you
Never,
talking
not
Ethan
once.
and Gila's continuous stance that Israel's doing nothing wrong.
about? They,
Okay, you pick somebody who does not know how to address the situation at all. You're debating somebody who doesn't even know the situation or the history of it. Bring me on.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Like that's crazy.
When?
This is what people think. This gave me a glimpse for the first time. Like
No, dude. This kid doesn't know who the fuck. Who is he even debating? He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know how to do this. All you said is that he's told that he did that. You get a different person on. Ela literally did the actions. Okay, you could have brought up the apartheid wall. You could have brought up obviously the Raider of Ramallah. You could have brought up him lying about the tunnels under the hospitals. You could have brought up Ethan saying, "What did you expect from the bombing?" Or from 10/7. You could have brought up Ethan lying about Hezbollah being involved in Syria, saying that they were dropping munition when Hezbollah does not have planes. So like you could bring up all of these things. You could bring up in Iran. You could bring up her saying that she was that this IDF pilot woman was a hero for dropping bombs and killing civilians. You could like any of that. Ugh. Should have brought me on. Ethan is scared of Uma. Damn straight. Thank you for the tiny dinies, Derby. Thank you so much. Ethan still pushes the Gaza humanitarian org narrative. Oh my God, yeah, the GHF narrative. You could have brought up him bringing up Ahmed Fuad Al-Khatib, the man who. Thank you so much for the auto renewal. Oh my God, Melon Jelly. Thank you so much. Insane. Thank you so much. He brought up Ahmed Fuad Al-Khatib, who literally says he literally says that it's not always bad to kill children in war. Thank you, AW, for the coins.
that this is what people actually think, right?
Yeah.
They go, Ethan thinks Israel's doing nothing wrong.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't be like I am exclusively funded by the Qatari government and paid in Serbian dinars. So
And I guess if that's the narrative you accept, then I can understand this militant kind of approach to people. Although in the case of this cousin, you would expect that they would have a little more decency to actually hear out somebody who they know in real life instead of trying to like brand them as a Zionist supporter. God forbid, the worst thing in the world. Tamari.
Right, there's a requirement that I have to do. Thank you for the bouncing ball, AW. Right before I actually receive my payment from the Qatari government, I am required to do an evil, magical, communist ritual in the foothills of an Argentinian mountain with bad empanada. And that's the only way that they'll pay me. Blood chest sounds metal as fuck.
Says she's had to explain this to so many people since getting hired here. Is that right? You want to talk? You want to comment on it? I'm interested in everybody's story here on this.
I have one too.
Is that? I don't know if that was a soundbite.
No, that's me. I was saying I have one.
On this, this militant. This is what people actually think, right?
Yeah.
They go, Ethan thinks Israel's doing nothing wrong. Yeah. And I guess if that's
No, that is a straw man. Nobody's arguing that.
The narrative you accept, then I can understand.
Nobody's arguing that you're saying that. Nobody has ever argued that you're saying that. Just to be clear.
This militant kind of approach to people. Although in the case of this cousin, you would expect that they would have a little more decency to actually hear out somebody who they know in real life instead of trying to like brand them as a Zionist supporter. God forbid, the worst thing in the world.
Ela once said, I'll stop pausing, I'm sorry, but Ela once said, they're saying such horrible things about Zionism.
Tamari says she's had to explain this to so many people since getting hired here. Is that right? You want to talk? You want to comment on it? I'm interested in everybody's story here on this.
I have one too.
Is that?
I don't care about your story. I don't care. I'm just sorry.
I'm gonna pull that too, man. Here you go, tomorrow.
Here, tomorrow. Yeah, tell us.
Oh, go over there.
Okay.
It's time for reps already.
I know, I hear that music and I just feel the need to applaud.
So, what's your stories?
I mean, yeah, Ethan, people think you are evil. And it's super, super frustrating because I think a lot of people just see little bits online and they want to be like, oh, he's a bad guy. He's a Zionist, and
Mhm.
like, and it's so frustrating because I'm like, bro, do you even watch him? And they never do, and at a certain point, it's like
We watch it.
feels disrespectful to me. That I'm like, if you think I'm reasonable and you know I watch
I'm sorry. If you're getting money from him and people think that he's evil, yeah. What? Okay.
Ethan. Like it's just so incredibly upsetting and frustrating. People just call you a Zionist.
Then
they
quit.
Assume you support Israel, and yeah, people think it's just so frustrating because you've never said that, and people don't know, they don't watch.
Yeah.
But it's just an easy thing to say.
What is your opinion for how this became so prevalent? Is it just like Hassan, TikTok,
Yeah, I think
Twitter? It's just it's relentless.
I think it's like people like Hassan, like it's just so easy to call you guys Zionists, and people. I can honestly understand how people who don't watch the show, it's like, well, he must be supporting Israel because like why else is everyone calling him a Zionist, right? You know, you usually
You haven't brought up any reason for why he shouldn't be called that, though. All you said is it's upsetting because they call you that.
Yeah.
wouldn't assume people are just.
Who is
lying.
he?
It's like an avalanche.
Yeah.
Such a
and
victim.
Yeah. So it's also just frustrating because Zionism has come to mean just like blindly supporting Israel. So it's a whole thing, but it is really upsetting, and I've had a lot of arguments with good friends who have kind of made me feel as if I've done something morally questionable, and I'm like, I really love Ethan.
Thank
I
you.
think he's
I
a
love
really
you too.
great guy.
Thank you. That's so nice.
You know,
Thank you.
watching you as a fan.
Zionism has come to mean what? Blindly supporting Israel? Zionism is literally the ideology of colonizing Palestine. Like, that's what it's always meant. What do you mean? It's the idea that Israel should be built on top of people's land. That's always.
And I thought you were great. Then meeting you, you are great, and
thank
it's
you.
really upsetting how it's just.
Hold on, Dan. Stop laughing. We need Tamara on the mic more often.
Got a problem, Dan?
We need to get her as a permanent spot, and Dan laughing over there. Go on, please.
No, I'm not gonna gas you up too much, okay? You definitely have your problems, buddy.
All right, there you go. There you go. All right.
I'm
All
just
right, come on.
saying,
Don't we all?
Yes, we all do. And you're not a bad guy, and you're not a genocide lover. You're just you, and you are troublesome sometimes.
Okay,
That's why
you know
people
what?
love
Okay, you know what? I hate this
Right.
person.
Yes.
I don't hate this person. But okay, you know what? There's no in between you know, you're not a genocide supporter, but you know, you have your problems. What does that mean? Hey, hello? What does that mean? Hello? I work for ICE, but I mean, but come on. Tom Homan is a really nice guy. I knew him before I worked for ICE. I knew him before he worked for ICE, and he's actually been really nice to me. Huh? I mean, okay, comparing Ethan to Subwave, what does that mean? 5 subs within 15 minutes. What does that mean? Okay. Anyway, she gave us a nothing sandwich. Yeah, nothing. That was worth nothing. Good job. Good job.
Is that why you love me?
I don't know. A little bit, I guess. You know what? You know why I do love you, Ethan? Because you are just yourself, and you will always, at least that I've seen, take accountability and apologize, and you're just a very sincere person.
Thank you,
and
Casey,
it's
for the
upsetting
follow.
How easy it is to just kind of put you in a category, and so many people think it.
The truth is,
Wait,
too,
why do you think we think the? Okay, she has nothing about you to say.
I think for them, it's all part of the story that even unconsciously they go, of course he's a Zionist. He's an American. He's a liberal Zionist. Of course he supports Israel. Of course he's evil. I genuinely think so. I do.
Wait, so you are a liberal Zionist? I'm a little bit confused, Ethan. What did he just say?
Oh, of course he's a Zionist. He's an American. He's a liberal Zionist. Of course he supports Israel. Of course he's evil.
Huh? Wait, what? What do you mean? You should just stop. You should just stop, I think. Well, no, you should keep on going, actually. I told y'all, he said he is a Zionist? What was his point there? I don't know. Thank you, Derpy, for the 99 coins. Thank you guys so much. Crazy.
I genuinely think so. I do.
At least he's masked off
And
with it
is,
now.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is anti-Semitic on its face. These people, there's a group of people who are defaming me all around the internet, and everybody's.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's the completion just keeps on. It just keeps on. That is the that's the game plan. Victim.
falling in line and just being like evil Zionist.
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it is. It's like, of course you don't. Oh, you hear he's a Zionist. Well, of course that makes sense. He's Jewish. His wife is Israeli.
Yeah,
you know?
they're evil.
And it's, for me also, I think I swear people, because I'm Jewish.
Wait, what did you say?
Israeli. Like, of course you don't. Oh, you hear he's a Zionist. Well, of course that makes sense. He's Jewish. His wife is Israeli.
Yeah,
you know?
they're evil.
And it's, for me also, I think I swear people, because I'm Jewish, people attribute me thinking that you're not crazy to me also being Jewish, and it's it's really upsetting.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, and it's nice to hear. I think everybody's, a lot of people in the fandom, and even a lot of people that here.
What fandom, bro? We're looking for the chapters. I just got to get the chapters. No chapters yet. Still, what's happening? Are they editing this? Are they editing it down?
Seem to be experiencing stuff like that. And Nate, you said you have a story.
Yeah. Well, I had a family
Yeah,
member.
they always pick fans as well. They always pick fans to like say good things about. Sorry, they always pick fans to hire. Like they need to hire fans in order to like make sure that everybody's kissing the ring properly.
Just randomly post a TikTok on their Instagram story one time talking about you, and I knew this family member doesn't watch you at all. They know nothing of the show. I think they only hear your name in passing through like TikTok videos. And I messaged them and I was like, "Why'd you post this video?" Especially because they knew I worked here. And they're like, "Oh, I just have opinions on him." But I was like, "But why? You don't watch him at all. You never seen a bit of him." And they're young. They're like 17, 18 when they posted this. And so I'm like, "You don't know." Like,
You're just shitting on a random Jewish guy.
Well, yeah, you're just shitting on my. And the weird part was that the video was like a pro Trisha video, and they're young. They're like 7 them, and I was like, "Why'd you?"
I wasn't listening.
Like
Sorry.
Nate, you said you have a story.
Yeah. Well, I had a family member just randomly post a TikTok on their Instagram story one time talking about you, and I knew this family member doesn't watch you at all. They know nothing of the show. I think they only hear your name in passing through like TikTok videos. And I messaged them and I was like, "Why'd you post this video?" Especially because they knew I worked here. And they're like, "Oh, I just have opinions on him." But I was like, "But why? You don't watch him at all. You never seen a bit of him." And they're young. They're like 17, 18 when they posted this. And so I'm like, "You don't know." Like,
You're just shitting on a random Jewish guy.
You're a random Jewish guy? Are you? Are you random, Ethan? What?
Oh, yeah, you're just shitting on my. And the weird part was that the video was like a pro Trisha video.
Just a random guy.
That's
No.
Yeah, I gotta piss. I'm sorry. Sorry.
crazy.
But
There's other fruit on there.
all right, I'll be right back. It's time for the piss list. All the new viewers here, welcome to the piss list. This is what plays when I piss.
crazy part. I'm like, but you also don't watch Trisha Paytas. So I don't know why you're.
But Trisha's the actual Zionist. She's literally gets paid from the state of Israel to fly massive flags in front of her fucking house.
Yeah, but she's
also,
not
like,
Jewish.
talk about a problematic person. Like, if you're gonna wave everything that Trisha has done,
You know
which
what's
is like a
difference?
huge past, but
Wait, is it
somehow
different?
you're not okay.
Hi guys. Hey, what's up? Hi. How are you? How are you guys?
But the one thing that everybody's hating on me for, Trisha does and has done way more her whole career. And I've been consistently like pro-Palestinian and anti.
Hey man, oh, you want to talk about pasts? That's what I was bringing up. I was like, okay, if you want to talk about people who are paid by the Israeli government, what about Ela, who was in the IDF, who got paid to help genocide? I mean, you were in the West Bank. You were kidnapping people out of their homes, doing journalism. If you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. Hey family, hey girlies. I just gave my son up for adoption because he doesn't like Ethan. I couldn't live with an anti-Semite. Yeah, yes, yeah, Olivia, quote unquote mental health break, but Ethan had to keep on correcting the crew who were implying that she was permanently gone.
Netanyahu and West Bank settlements my whole career. People
Journalism.
found my old Reddit account, and what's funny is they all want.
Oh, this is the first time he's addressing it. This is the first time he's addressing it. This is the first time he's addressing
like,
it.
oh, this guy's crazy. But the one comment I don't see any of the haters talking about is one from 14 years ago. Maybe you guys can fish it up and send it to me. Of me saying that I don't support Netanyahu and the West Bank settlements. 14.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You also compared Palestinians to monkeys. You also said, well, but why can't you see it from an Israeli point of view, guys? Why can't you just look at it from the Israelis' point of view? That's why it doesn't matter. That's why nobody cares. And also, the real reason it doesn't matter, why don't you address all of the horrible shit that you said? That sounded like a rap. A little bit. But actually, give me a break, man.
From an account nobody knew me on. So, like, there was no motivation for me to lie about, and it's...
Yeah, that's why it's scary that you said that you compared Palestinians to monkeys, and that you compared the plight that the Palestinians were facing at that time to what the Israelis were feeling. That's why it was crazy.
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
I don't think these people are anti-Semitic, but what they're doing is targeting a random Jewish dude. And then what's the difference between me and Trisha?
Yeah, I think the thing is, at least with Gen Z, is that they're very quick to just kind of watch a TikTok video. It tells you what to think, and then they run with it, right? It's like free.
Man, who the fuck are you? Oh my god. Okay, I mean, who the fuck is anybody here? But Marisol,
Like
hi.
points,
Yeah, we
right?
had
It's
like 200 at
I'm
one
against
point.
this person everybody hates, therefore I'm also a good person.
He straight up saying that was saying that yeah, he was saying like in the Middle East area there were the Jewish people were studying the Torah so much for quote unquote tens of thousands of years, which is obviously not true. He even said 10,000 years, then he corrected himself to saying tens of thousands of years that they were studying the Torah, which just is not. Hey, thank you for the follow, Jam. Which is just obviously silly and goofy. But thank you for the follow, Laru. Thank you, Emmy, for that. And then he said that over time they did selective breeding, and he also brought up how some dog breeds are smarter than other dog breeds. We're not dogs, man. And then he said that that's why Jewish people are in more prestigious positions now, because he said that they're just genetically smarter than other people because of this quote unquote selective breeding. That's eugenics that you were just advocating for. Shut up, Nate. Yeah, folks, if you want to tune back in, we do. Prackman Lamp Guy. This is a guy. Hey, folks, Prackman Lamp Guy is a guy who said that my nose piercing and my pearl earring don't look good on me. Dumbass.
right? It's easy to do. You don't have to do anything, right?
To the social credits, yeah.
Yeah. So
A lot of it is like, yeah, this online activism
Crackman
that you
is
see.
here.
It's very virtue signaling, and you have to signal to everybody around you, hey,
He's a cat. What does he know?
I hate this dude too. We're cool, right?
You know, recently somebody passed on working with me, and
They always try to use this. Wait, they always try to use this. I'm not going to unmute him. I did come on to hear what he had to say, but I'm not going to unmute him because I respect my mods' decisions. Always. 99% of the time. Anyway, he's a cat. What does he know? Papa, what is this behavior? What behavior?
they said that I should educate myself on the topic.
You should what?
Unless
I
it's
should
Emmy.
educate
And that was one time. I'm sorry, Emmy.
That's funny. I feel more educated on the topic than probably 95% of than all these people, right? But how fucking condescending.
To an Israeli who's still has family.
I don't care if an Israeli feels condescended. Is that a word? I really don't care if an Israeli feels like that I was being condescending to them. Really, really, really don't. I really don't.
We're cool, right?
You know, recently somebody passed on working with me, and they said that I should educate myself on the topic.
You should what?
Yeah, dude.
There's other fruit on there. There's other fruit on there.
Yeah, you should. I don't know.
Did anybody think about that? That I should educate myself on the topic?
That's funny.
Yeah. You can't have both. You can't advocate. Thank you so much for the 99 coins. I mean, you can't have it to where you say that Israel is such a beautiful, free, equal place, but then also recognize that the society being this way has led to the genocide of the Palestinians, and then also say that no, we're not indoctrinated. We know more about this than you. No, I don't think you are educated on the situation because you called yourself a journalist. You called yourself a secretary. You were a corporal in the military. You called yourself doing reporting on the field when you were kidnapping a Palestinian from their home in Ramallah. Yeah, you should educate yourself. And I'm so happy that somebody passed up on working with you. There's just one marble rolling around in her skull. That's it. But you know what there is? What else? You know what else there is? Wait, fuck. You know what else there is in there?
There's other fruit on there.
I feel more educated.
Oh my god! And then she said, "Oh, somebody threw a rock at her Jeep." Oh god! Somebody threw a rock at your Jeep, your armored Jeep, your bulletproof Jeep. Fuck, dude, that must have been so scary for you before you went and kidnapped a little Palestinian person. Well, not little, but in my head it was a little kid. Just because of all the videos that I saw of Palestinian children being kidnapped by the IDF, but I won't lay that on her. But it's probably the worst possible scenario. Dog, I love how you saw that.
On the topic than probably 95% of
So what?
And then all these people, right? But how fucking condescending.
To an Israeli who's still has family there and is very much affected every day by what's going on.
Oh, you're affected. Oh, you're affected? Oh no. Oh, fuck. That's so condescending to you. They shouldn't have been like that to you. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Proximity doesn't make you an expert. Yeah. Oh no, dude. Her family feels condescended. We gotta do something about this. I didn't think about. I hadn't. You know. Hold on. I gotta add this hotkey before I can do the sound effect.
Did anybody think about that?
Affected how? I don't know. What is going on at
They
you?
told me to educate myself on the topic. There.
Yes,
and
dude. The fact that you even brought up your family being affected, feeling condescended, means that you need to educate yourself on the topic. Because if that's what you're thinking about in this scenario, if people are passing up working with you because of who you are and what you've done in the past, and you say that, oh, I feel condescended about that, instead of saying, you know, I really need to sort of address the situation where I was in the IDF and I admitted to going on a raid into Ramallah, which is illegally occupied territory in the West Bank.
To an Israeli who's still has family there and is very much affected every day by what's going on, to tell me to educate myself on the topic.
So
Did anybody
at any
think
rate,
about that?
Were you able to get through to them, Nate? How did that go?
No, the conversation. I mean, it's family, so you just kind of have to move. They don't.
It is what it
they
is.
don't talk about it anymore. They kind of moved on from talking about it.
But
I will say
why is it that? Go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, I will say I think the biggest issue you have right now is that you're like pretty much on two different fronts, right? You're fighting Hassan fans and you're fighting Trisha fans, and they're both like super duper like.
It's an unholy alliance.
Yeah, it's.
You fools. It's not just those people. There are people who have never even watched a minute of Trisha or Hassan in their life, and they hate you.
It's hard, you know. You got to take it one at a time. But unfortunately, we're doing two, right?
So
I don't know why they keep on bringing up Trisha, because Trisha doesn't even. When is the last time that Trisha's talked about them? I don't know. Any Trisha fans in here, let me know. When was the last time that Trisha's talked about them?
Why is these people who don't watch this show, who don't know anything about me, who probably don't even know about this fucking conflict, let's be real, probably heard about Gaza for the first time on October 7th, probably couldn't even point to Israel.
What is this? Oh, you don't know where it is on a map? That means that the humanitarian violations that are happening there aren't your concern. Why doesn't he bring up the true mastermind, Bad Empanada? Because he's scared of Bad Empanada. She literally avoids him as a topic. She hasn't mentioned him in years, not even a hint towards them. I don't know if I've ever smelled burnt kibble before. I don't know what that is. Legit, she hasn't said anything to condescension. No.
Israel on a map, let's be real. Why is it that they feel so incentivized, so, you know, encouraged to denounce me?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's probably not the videos and images of dead children coming out of Gaza, and then you, thank you, Team Moon, for the follow, and then you sitting up on here and covering for it and sweeping for Israel and being more worried about Israeli feelings than you are about the actual atrocities. You've never spoken on the atrocities that have happened in Gaza. You've never spoken on the famine. You've never spoken on the bombing of the cafe. You've never spoken on the bombing of the hospital and the journalists and the 15 Red Crescent workers. And the only thing that you've done is cover for Israel. You tried to say that they didn't have as much of involvement in Syria as they did, and that it was somehow the fault of these other Arab countries, when a lot of them most of them don't even have planes. Maybe that's why. AB, thoughts?
So anyway, this gives me an interesting glimpse. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Natalie.
Thank you, Nate. So anyway, this conversation gave me a really interesting glimpse, and it gave me some ideas.
Okay. This is my issue, okay? Because that's not true.
I think the Ukrainian war is bullshit. I don't know why we're sending money. Like, I really
This
don't.
guy went from calling me.
Okay.
If you came in here and you were...
Okay. This is a nothing conversation, and it doesn't prove anything by using this conversation, because the person that they're talking to is an idiot. This conversation means nothing that Hutch is having. The person who's talking is an idiot, and he's just repeating stuff that he heard online. He has no understanding of the issue, and he just doesn't like Ethan, which, good on him. But you can't use this as some sort of a proof for why you're right, because the person that you're talking to seems like a moron. I don't know.
What do you think about the war in Ukraine? He goes, I think it's bullshit.
Then why bring more attention to them? Who are you talking to?
Cognitive dissonance is unfucking real. You're accusing me of being pro-genocide, and you're laughing at fucking...
Yes, because the person that they're talking to, who is it? He's probably a baby. A former viewer disowns me for talking to Ethan. A viewer? That's whose opinion you're going to rail against?
Of thousands of people dying who did nothing but exist in their own country and get invaded by a hostile foreign fucking empire. And you're shitting on them and calling me pro-genocide? It's
moral
the moral
grandstanding.
inversion,
Yeah.
the moral confusion is...
Two things can also be true. With peace and love, why are you here? Then why bring more attention to them? I contain multitudes. That is true.
Staggering. It's scary what's happening. Anyway, I'm gonna watch a little bit at the beginning, and then I'll skip to where they talk about me specifically.
Talking all this shit in my chat. Oh, you become so disgusting. I used to look up to you and blah blah blah. And then I tell you like, well, what do you think about Ukraine? You're like, not my problem. Like, how are you calling my
Hutch?
Patrick? Are you there, Patrick?
Morning,
Thank you for
sir.
the
Good morning.
thank you for
How
the
are
coins.
doing?
Thank you for the follow.
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well, bub. Actually, maybe not so well. Did not like what I saw opening my phone this morning. I did not watch the H3's
13,949
yesterday,
followers. That's crazy.
but a little concerned to see kind of your transformation over the last kind of,
$2,500,
12 months in this politics insider route. Your roundtable podcast with people who I feel are out of touch, and I know you have kind of a spectrum across what represents liberalism, modern liberalism, and
By the way, when you listen to this guy, I know because I was this person once. This is like fresh out of college, right? Or fresh. In
Yeah,
college,
exactly, dude. And then they also talk shit about Charlie Kirk, who will bring up college students who are too nervous to actually make a point, and they'll be like, "Oh, you can't actually even get a real conversation out of this." He'll do the same thing, especially on the Unfuck America tour. That's exactly what they say. It's like, "Oh, you're just bringing up a bunch of college kids so you can run circles around them because you're skilled in debating." Hutch, who looks like the White Logic somehow, isn't even a good debater, and he's still running circles around this guy because he's a kid.
all these notions in your mind about what is and isn't true in the world, and you start to feel like so confident that you know everything. And then when you start talking about something, you realize when people start challenging or asking, you're like, I have no fucking clue if what I just said is true or not. Like and this is what I see when I hear someone like this, because it's clear
He looks untrustworthy. Hutch looks like Logic with John.
he goes, Ethan is pro, he supports Israel. And Hutch goes,
You haven't brought up a single point to prove that you don't support. You brought up something from 14 years ago that said you don't support, and you said, whatever. You said every now and again that you don't support Netanyahu, and that does not mean that you don't support Israel. You don't support that. There are liberals who love America, but they don't support Donald Trump.
show me one example.
And that love the wars that we get in, but they don't support Donald Trump. It means nothing.
And he goes, dude, there's a million. Do I have to look? And it's like, just find one, man.
We can find a million.
A lot of, yeah.
We can find a million. And he's never going to engage with somebody like us.
But on here, why am I seeing tweets? I'll read one example. I think you had, I think this was November 2023, briefly after the Hamas attack. What is your stance? Is a genocide happening? I understand you pinned.
Okay, they're talking about other stuff, so let me skip forward to
Wait. What did he say? Oh, we got to find out what he said. Hold on.
Why the f are you interviewing H3? (2023) briefly after the Hamas attack. What is your stance? Is a genocide happening? I understand you pinned them as terrorists. Negotiating with terrorists is something you can't really do. What's going on here? What is going on here?
Where are you getting the negotiating with terrorists isn't something? Where did you get that?
I think you just briefly spoke about it on your stream. I'm trying to understand why you have a tweet that says Israel is not trying to murder all Palestinians in Gaza. That's not the point. The death count is sobering and horrific, but intent has to matter. What do you feel Israel is doing in Gaza right now?
Well, the blocking of aid, that's genocide, right? Like that's 100% genocide. That's like where I draw my line. And before that, it was an acknowledgement that war crimes are very likely taking place and that they're not respecting.
Very likely. Okay. Milk toast ass take. Also, this guy doesn't know shit about shit. In whole or in part, he thinks that just the Rocky Love It. Don't forget to follow the host, Rocky Love It. Rose, thank you for the follow.
when I come up here. Here it is. Oh, no, it's right here.
That's a great point, Mike D. The civilian casualty rate is like 80%. That was more than all of the recent wars that we've been, like in the past century. more than the wars that we've been in or that Germany has engaged in, or yeah, it's 83%, I believe, is the rate of civilian casualties, which is for, I believe, every 2 soldiers, 3 civilians are taken out. Thank you, Marisol.
No, it's not. It's this one. No.
In a lot of different areas.
Higher, 87%.
That's a very good opinion. So to bring it all back, why the fuck are you interviewing H3? What is this?
Well, technically, he's interviewing me. What's your
Okay. Oh my God, he sucks. Okay. Okay.
What's your issue with him?
It's 1 in 8.
Think that in terms
Okay,
of
I was way off. I apologize. Let me correct something that I just said. For every one, and I shouldn't have brought this the figure up without knowing it fully, and I apologize for that. But for every 1 soldier, 8 civilians are killed in Gaza. That's an 87% civilian casualty rate, according to my chatters. That's an 87% civilian casualty rate.
Everything kind of what's shaken down in like the last 2 years.
Which I am inclined to believe.
That's detrimental to.
But you can hear him. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know how to articulate it fully because he
Okay, that's the point. Talk to somebody who knows.
doesn't even understand what he's exactly accusing me of.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
It's not that he's dumb. It's just that he's young and overconfident. I used to be that way.
Your larger audience to what he believes?
No, I don't. No.
Oh,
in fact, I actually, would you actually just tell me who you watch? I just want to know.
Yeah, content-wise, actually for the last kind of 2 years, you're talking about like political content.
Yeah, come on, be honest. Be honest with me. Who do you follow on Twitter? Who do you trust? Like, who are you
being so serious? I really have tried to get away from all political talk.
Come on, tell me.
Listening to this interview, Hutch knew and me immediately that he's total fucking full of bullshit. Then why is it that you have all these ideas of me and you don't watch politics? Where did you hear it? Where did you hear that I'm pro-genocide? And you have.
What if they just listen to you? It can't be that they just listen to your own words. He has to, be listening to somebody that he got his opinions of from. But to be fair, this kid probably does watch people who he gets his opinions from. But
you're so convinced that it's true. Where are you hearing that? I think it's pretty fucking obvious.
Come on, tell me
It's so serious because it poisons the well. It's so bad to watch. Even someone like yourself, who I think like projects more of an even keel database, bro.
Who did you watch?
I stopped watching your streams.
Who did you watch? Who did you watch?
Oh, I guess at the height of 2020, bro.
Come on, just say it. It's okay. You can say it. It's okay.
Honestly, nobody.
It's okay. You can tell the
He's
truth.
so embarrassed to say who he watches.
No, bro.
Imagine being so embarrassed to admit you watch this on. Actually, you might be a bad empanada fan. It might be even further left.
Yeah, being so embarrassed is giving bad empanada.
Yeah, you can't admit you're a bad empanada fan. You can, right? That's correct. I think
you apparently can't admit that you're an H3 fan either.
I think that might land you straight immediately on a list somewhere.
My roommate in 2019 was a fucking.
The PDF account would probably land you on a list somewhere. It probably should have already. If it's not the CPS list, it's another list. For confessing to that many things, I guess is a joke, role playing. It should land you on a list.
Republican, so I tried not to watch his fucking TV because I went to school in a red state.
Did anybody think about
like,
that?
Bro, I don't think it's really insane to say that I don't spend hours of my day watching political commentary.
All right, if you don't want to tell me, it's fine. I think that people are really profoundly influenced by the people that they go to for news, and
That's totally fair.
And I can just
watch anyone.
Okay, but I feel like I can.
Okay, for example, the political content that I consume is very little. Like political streamers, like talk shows, commentary is very few and far between. I like R.M. Brown is like the most political content that I actively consume. If it's not just reading, like reading, articles and like just, I don't know, looking at things. But maybe I know a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people do watch political streamers, but I don't think it's that insane to not watch political streamers. I feel like for news, it's different. You can just use a lot of things. Any article that a political content creator gets or is seeing is usually from some sort of a news source or a news wire. It's not. They're not just going to come up with this on their own. So, for the most part, if you're paying attention to things that are happening, hey Casey, I don't feel like you necessarily need to watch political content creators. I, for one, barely watch anything. I barely use TikTok. I barely, like, other than posting and streaming. Political debates are pointless now. MAGA is done. Yeah. Well, I think now. I thank you for the follow, Joel. I don't know if I think political debates in their current form are definitely over with. There's no point in them.
Make a pretty good guess of like some of the cast of characters that you. Again, people like Hassan Piker, people like Emma Vick.
Done for, as in, I just don't think they provide any value. Like the political debates nowadays, unless it's like an actual, like where Mehdi Hassan is debating Elon Levy. I think an actual debate, a scenario where you have to listen to each other's points and you have to address the points, and a moderator is there saying, "Hey, you didn't address that point." Like if it's in a more metered scenario, I think a lot can be gained from an actual debate. But now I just feel like debates are people yelling at each other and people waiting for that moment where they can spin out and say, "Hey, whoa, I got you on that point." It's like that's like the main like format of debates nowadays, in my opinion. I feel like.
Bigland, maybe Vosh, maybe Dad and Panada, maybe Mike from PA, maybe Sean DeBlack and Frogan, you know, like the maybe Kyle Kalinske, right? Maybe Crystal Ball.
Okay, Vosh is not in the same spectrum as any of those creators that you just listed off. Actually, all of those people that you listed hate Vosh.
You know,
I think you can actually pull up my Twitch account and you can maybe find messages of me talking shit to Hassan back whenever he was fucking blowing up. Bro, I was very anti.
What's your issue with Hassan?
I just don't like Hassan, bro.
Why? Hold on.
I think it's just
This is beside the point. This is so pointless. All of this is pointless. All of this is pointless. All of this entire conversation. I shouldn't have expected anything from fucking Hutch, but all of this is completely pointless. Do they have chapters yet? Thank God. Reacting to my biggest hater? Who's your biggest hater?
Listen to this call before and with.
Would hope so.
Not even out the proportion.
I think he might even be pro.
Yo, he said he's down to talk to y'all. Who?
Ukraine genocide. He might be. I think he's on Putin's side. By the sound of it.
I doubt he thinks he is, but.
No, he actually kind of like, I listened to this
Yeah, I don't think he did.
call before, and with time he kind of like circles himself.
Is Galia related to Ela or something?
There's other fruit on there.
Wait. Unmute him. What is he talking about? Sorry. Where did you get that information? Gulia.
Himself into loving Putin. He just like his arguments. He's just stuck with loving Putin for the whole call.
He doesn't like him. He's a bad guy, but he understands.
I'm sorry, Stray. I just.
He's anti-West.
But actually, he's
99% trolling, but I just want to know. I'm just interested. What the fuck he's talking about?
Stands against
Did he post on
NATO.
his story or something?
Right.
And
He said he was doing Ethan versus 10 Snarkers Jubilee type of vid. What, on his on the podcast? Okay, that's not.
Galia, most of you guys probably know, but she's Ukrainian.
Yeah, I am. It's a really fun watch every time I see all this like leftists talk about Ukrainian conflict and just rather not care about it or talk about it with so much knowledge.
Disdain.
And
Or glibly, like Hassan.
Crimea River.
Crimea River, yeah.
Crimea River, yeah. Or like comparing casualties on Ukrainian side and Russian side. Okay, let's compare civilians. How many Russian?
Let's do what? Let's do what now? You said let's compare civilians? These people suck. Oh my God, these people suck. Holy shit. Yes, Nikki. Whatever the opposite of charisma is, that's her. I'm too big right now.
Side.
How many Russian civilians are dying?
Yeah, like
None?
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Let's compare kidnapped children. How many children are kidnapped from Russia? Let's compare those numbers.
Do you want to compare the Palestinian numbers? Should we compare the Palestinian numbers? I don't want to. I don't want to have to do that. But if you're gonna bring up this, Jacob, what's up? Yeah, they do because their numbers are skewed. Let's compare lives. I'm not pro-genocide or anything, but that's the real metric that we measure by, is by how many civilians are killed, not the humanitarian. That's why they don't think it's a genocide. I don't think that they think that there's enough Palestinians that have died yet for it to be a genocide. They're people, not numbers. I don't care. No civilians is the number. That's the number to have, is 0.
Yeah, it's all like, Hodge came up with this term that's black-pilled leftists.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what I'm hearing here. Those people are so stuck in their mind where they just hate NATO so much that they are convinced that Ukraine is a part of it for some, like, they are so not knowing what they're talking about. It's just imperialism, warmongering, Russia.
Say it again.
They're talking about. It's just imperialism, warmongering, Russia.
West bad.
Oh yeah, it's all
NATO
funded by
bad.
America. We're using Ukraine. Okay, but let's talk about the conflict. Let's talk about what's happening. I know that a lot of people don't care, but in Ukraine, last month has been the worst ever since the beginning of the war.
Missed the context. She's saying people downplay Ukraine's civilian casualties. I don't think "let's compare civilians" is ever a phrase that you should say. Just me. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about Russia between Ukraine. I don't think you should ever say "let's compare civilians." I think that's awful. Like, what? I think that's a very devoid of feeling thing to say. I think it's like a disgusting thing to say.
In terms of civilian deaths, not in terms of like whatever is happening on the battlefield, because we don't care about that, but just in terms of bombing actual buildings and killing civilians. It's been the worst it's ever been before, and no one just gives a single fuck, and they're just like, whatever, dude, like, I don't care about that.
Hassan goes recently on Adam Friedland. He asked him about it, and Hassan laughs. He giggles. You maybe pull up the clip, and he goes, "I'm on nobody's side." Oh, you have it already. You guys are like psychic. Hold on, here it is.
Yeah.
Here's Hassan recently on Adam Friedland.
Who are you going for?
Who spends all day talking about?
And that's what they keep on doing. They keep on doing this with the with Sudan as well. It's like, oh, you guys want to talk about what's happening in Gaza? Well, you know what? There's a lot more people dying in Sudan, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's terrible. Who is that girl? That's Olivia. Hey, Misa.
Genocide. And then on the other hand, says this.
In Ukraine, what side are you on that?
I'm on I'm on nobody's side. I mean,
what's funny?
How are you on nobody's side?
How is
one
this
side
funny?
is murdering. It's not. One side is murdering civilians, and
I think he's laughing at the question, which is a crazy question. Whose side are you on?
one side is defending themselves.
These are the people that are villainizing us, and like you would.
Yes, you're being villainized because you're committing a genocide, you stupid fuck. Oh my god. Huh?
There's other fruit on there.
That's insane.
Never find me laughing.
TikTok
about
shop.
death of
Love it.
anybody. Like, it's crazy to me.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I would never react like that, no matter who we're talking about.
I
Like,
don't
that's
get it.
crazy. I
I
can't.
know, every time I hear like this clip, because it gone like pretty viral, and Hutch
Yeah.
references it as well, it just amazes me how the influencer, the most like, I'm on the leftist side.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Holy shit.
By the way, all these good Jews on the approved list don't have to deal with the complexity of having family who are born.
Adam Friedland lived in Israel. What are you talking about? He has family in Israel. What are you talking about? And also, what is this quote unquote good Jews? Lonerbox is beefing with Anthony Fantano. He's like, I think, just defaming him, really. Adam Friedland lived in Israel. What are you talking about? Play Cymbals? It's a good band. Adam literally cried knowing his family would be mad at him because they are pro-Israel. Go back and watch context. She was saying compare civilian soldiers to casualties. We know what she was saying. It's insane for her to say that. No, I'm not going to compare civilian casualties. No. Insane. Actually, you know what, Homo Simpson? I was thinking, and this is what I have to say to you. I'm fucking
born there, who live there, who can't go anywhere else.
People are saying Gaza matters more because more civilians died. Nobody's saying that. You're making up an argument and trying to argue against it. You're just making something up. That's not something that, I don't know, maybe some nut jobs are saying that, but we're not saying that. Hey, Corpse. Yeah, her actual name is Giardia. It's crazy that she was named after a fecal infection. That's, insane. That was her point. Go back and watch it. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
For Adam.
Adam has
Adam
family.
lived in Israel.
Oh no, he said the only maybe I could be out there wrong, but he's telling.
I think Adam is. He went on. I think he has ties to Israel.
Yeah, and
he went there.
He was also getting shit for that Richie Torres thing. You know, like a lot of people were applauding him. I was very happy that he confronted him. But also some people are saying that it wasn't enough.
Shit from who? I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't understand what
Richie Torres thing is, but the only time I've heard him
he
talk
was getting
about
shit from
is
who?
he went there on Birthright and.
Oh, look at her. She's like on that shit. She's like on that shit. She's like, oh, who? Olivia left the pod, yes.
And got disillusioned.
From people saying that he should have spoken.
He lived in Israel?
Yeah, about stuff and.
Is that right?
Yeah.
From the pro-Palestine side or pro-Israel side?
For the Palestine side. Yeah.
So even he's not
I
enough?
don't even like to say from the Palestine.
No, she said that she's taking a mental health break, but everybody was acting like she was gone forever. And then Ethan was saying, no, she's just taking a mental health break.
Side, because I feel like it's just so misrepresentative of majority of the movement from the extreme side. Yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, they're the bullies. He's not
I
enough?
don't even like to say from the Palestine side because I feel like it's just so misrepresentative of majority of the movement from the extreme side. Yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, they're the bullies.
Who's the bullies? Who's the bullies? Who's the bullies? Who is the bullies? Who is the ADL? What does a canary mission do? They dox people and get them to lose their jobs. What does ADL do? They dox people and remove them from platforms. Who's the bullies?
Did anybody think about that?
Shut the fuck up.
He lived in Israel for a year as he worked in ambulance services.
They're the bullies. They're the bullies. They're the bullies in this scenario, not the genociders. The people who are saying that you should be completely staunchly militantly against genocide, those are the bullies. The fact that she thinks that very clearly shows that she does not think that there's a genocide happening. Because if she did think that there was a genocide happening, or maybe she's just okay with a genocide happening, but if she really did think that there was a genocide happening, she wouldn't say something so goddamn asinine that the people who are militantly, staunchly crazy against it, just ripping their heart out, just saying, no, we need more, we need it to stop, we need everything, we need to throw everything at it to get it to stop. Those are the bullies?
So even he's not.
The only time
people are Torres thing, you know, like a lot of people were applauding him. I was very happy that he's
one of the
play Adam's joke too.
Adam Friedland, who's the example of a good Jew. He's one of the good Jewish.
This is anti-Semitic for sure.
Approved list here.
Yeah.
By the way, all these good Jews on the approved list don't have to deal with the complexity of having family who are born there, who live there, who can't go anywhere else. Like it's so
I don't know if that's
nice.
true for Adam.
Adam has
Adam
family.
lived in Israel.
Oh no, he said the only maybe I could be out there wrong, but he's telling.
I think Adam is.
He went on.
I think he has ties to Israel.
Yeah, and
he went there.
He was also getting shit for that Richie Torres thing. You know, like a lot of people were applauding him. I was very happy that he confronted him. But also some people are saying that it wasn't enough.
Shit from who? I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't
what the
understand
Richie Torres thing is, but the only time I've heard him
he
talk
was getting
about
shit from
is
who?
he went there on Birthright and
Look at this.
got disillusioned.
From people saying that he should have spoken.
He lived in Israel?
Yeah, about stuff and.
Is that right?
Yeah.
From the pro-Palestine side or pro-Israel side?
For the Palestine side. Yeah.
So even he's not
I
enough?
don't even like to say from the Palestine side because I feel
Suck up.
like it's just so misrepresentative of majority of the movement from the extreme side. Yeah.
He says he is,
Unfortunately, they're the
and he
bullies.
uses his. He says that he's pro-Palestine, and he uses money to show that he's pro-Palestine. But he every day supports these people and backs them up and bolsters their points. So you know, I don't know. Probably not really. He's a Zionist.
Side. Yeah.
Sure. Unfortunately, they're the bullies.
He lived in Israel for a year as he worked in ambulance services. Interesting. Well, anyway, a lot of people don't have to deal with the complexities of, you know.
I hear your wider point. Adam's a bad example.
Look at them. They do this every time. The pushback that the crew gives is nothing. It's like, oh, but I understand what you're saying, but you were just dead wrong about this. But I see your point, but you were just completely missed the mark on this. But I understand your point. What?
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Sounds like he lived there. I don't know if he has family there. It's different.
Yes, he said he has family there.
I don't know, right? But it's different
So-
when you're like,
so-
I'm here for a year and I'm leaving versus like my friends and family
I'm there for 5 years and I'm leaving. Is that so much different, Ethan?
who were born there are stuck there.
I thought the Richie Torres interview was really good. I mean, he like was. It seemed like he's almost in tears.
If you got to give a
at the end, saying
qualifier
how
for your
much shit
support,
he's gonna get. He
you're
was trying to
justifying
be with
Zionist
him so he can
propaganda.
have an actual conversation. And
100%.
Richie Torres just sort of seemed like a robot. And
I just want to put a PSA out there. The term ZIO was coined by David Duke, the Triple K Grand Wizard, and I know that it's an easier way to shorten and to duck the algorithm. Just wanted to put that out there.
he was like, "Why are you being so dismissive? I'm telling you, I'm gonna get so much shit from my own family for speaking to you about this." And he kind of is just like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but you know
I
he's
haven't
getting
seen
applauded
that.
online. He says he can get shit from
Yeah,
his
he-
family, but people are gonna fucking carry them on his shoulders like he's a hero.
From some
Most people
but
don't know.
also,
Most
again,
people, and I just want to qualify. Nobody. I'm not like implying that anybody was being like anti-Semitic in any way for using it, because I used it and I got called out for it. So that's all I'm saying. I didn't know. Most people don't know, and it is it's going around. It's an easy way to shorten it, of course, 100%. But most people also don't know that it was coined by David Duke. Anyway,
His fans. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get any detractors. His fans. I haven't seen. The
We do
interview,
too, by the way. Like for pro-Israel people, we're not pro-Israel, so they're upset at us too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
you just called yourself liberal Zionist. Hey, Grubby. I got it. I finally did it.
That's when I mentioned that I lost a friend.
Now we've done it.
Fucking stop talking to her.
When I mentioned that I lost a friend since October 7, it wasn't because I'm pro-Israel enough. That's why. It's because
You
I
was best
did it.
friends
She
since you was a
wanted me
kid.
to post, I stand with Israel and all this stuff on Instagram, and I was like, I can't do that. Like that's.
You posted that an IDF service member, somebody who is helping commit genocide, who is one of the fingers of the hand that is committing genocide, is a hero. After they bombed civilians. You posted that. You said that she's a hero. What's the difference?
Did anybody think about that? No, it's more complicated than that. And I got this, like all of my friends, basically, we had a small circle of friends that we would
It's more complicated than that? No, you just don't. That's the right stance to have, is that you just don't support it.
still meet every time I go there and still talk.
She literally applauded the IDF. She said that it's an admirable thing to join the IDF and be in the IDF. That's the same thing. You're doing the same thing. I don't care about if the country didn't have a military and there were just a bunch of really angry people and really, if the majority, if 90% of the people were still racist against Arab people, but they didn't have a military and they weren't committing a genocide, I would not give a fuck. Because you know what? There's a lot of countries that hate each other and a lot of people who probably want to wipe each other out. But if it's the same thing that you can't kill the civilians in Israel, obviously, because they're civilians. That's not the argument. But you're saying that the IDF, the military that is committing the genocide, is admirable to join and the members are heroes, when the only function, the Haganah was, just a bit of history, the Haganah was the prototype for the IDF, right? They were pretty much a roving gang. They had multiple branches, and some of the worst ones were the Palmach, and they were roving gangs, but the only purpose that they had was to colonize the land, right? And currently they're still doing the same exact thing. They're taking land, they're annexing places. They have a plan now to completely overtake Gaza and colonize it and install settlements. What is heroic about that? But it's more complicated than that, than just you know, saying I support Israel. Yeah.
Pretty sure they all don't talk to me anymore because it's kind of like, you know, it's the circle.
Yeah, we've.
So
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you.
These are
guys.
her childhood best
Playing
friends
with
that
yourself
I've
all
spent.
sides.
Yeah.
I've spent days.
Yeah.
I've known them for years, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'll let it play. I'm sorry, but Ela, when Ethan was saying, I'm not denying that Israel's committing atrocities and that there's kids burning alive. Ela said, I'm denying that. I'm denying that. That's not happening. She said that. So
the friend you're talking about, her sister's boyfriend, was it her sister's boyfriend?
Her sister's boyfriend died at the Nova. So it's, you know, it's very close to them, and they thought they would get married, and he was basically part of their family, so it hit them really hard. And but you know, she was like, you have all this
and this is exactly what I'm talking about. That is a tragic situation that happened. Absolutely. And I can't imagine how hard it was for the family. And also, when they talk about this, they never bring up the atrocity. They have never brought up the atrocities. They've never brought up the journalists that are killed. They even deny that these things happen. Actively, they deny that these things happen, that journalists are targeted and drone struck in their houses with their families inside of it, are drone struck. And the IDF will wait until people will leave their houses in order to bomb. They wait until the father leaves the house in order to, the dad is the problem guy, and then they bomb the family so that he gets back and he's just completely, you know, a broken person. Like, they don't talk about these things ever. They never talk about the Red Crescent and the guy who was calling his mom while he was dying and saying that, you know, Mom, I love you, while he was about to get. They have never talked about that, and then they do this. And I understand that, you know, it's her family, or it's her friend.
People are saying Israel does that on the daily. The IDF does that on the
That's
daily.
not what I'm talking about. See, that's what you're doing. You're excusing people being burned alive and kids being murdered. You're saying Israel does that on the daily. Okay? Now, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. So are you in favor of an Iraqi
Israel and show your support? And I was like, I'm doing what I can, but not like you want me to.
Ironically,
you're doing what you can to support Israel, but not like you want me to? Why are you supporting Israel? A child was killed by the IDF every single hour for the past 23 months.
It's kind of the same pressure that these pro-Palestinian people are are putting on people.
It's the same pressure that pro-Palestinian people are putting on people? Is it the same situation? Over 100,000 people? Okay, according to his estimate, probably 60,000 people, but that's an underestimate.
But
it's over 100,000 people. And then there was a report that came out that almost 400,000 people are either missing or dead in Gaza. And the reason that the 60,000 people number is an underestimate is because there's rubble covering everything, right? It's a moonscape out there. All the buildings are cratered, and there's people under that rubble, obviously, because the buildings were collapsed. And what the IDF did is so disgusting. They saw people using heavy machinery like forklifts and excavators to try to clear the rubble, to try to find their family members so they could have some closure. And what the IDF did is they destroyed that heavy machinery. So not only do we not know the exact estimate, but they don't want us to know the exact estimate. Oxymoron, exact estimate, but you know what I'm saying.
Anyway, whatever you think about Adam Friedman, what he says here is fucked up.
I think Vladimir Putin is bad, and what he did was wrong.
You think Ukraine guys are like pissed at Gaza?
I would be.
They're
if
like,
I was
damn,
in-
they're clout sharked.
They're in a weird predicament because like Zelensky
What's up,
is like super
Wampa?
pro-Israel.
That's, by the way, that is not true.
I like how they just.
I don't want to hear from Gallia. Don't care.
I don't think he's pro-Israel.
I mean, he definitely put a lot.
That's the only thing pro-Israel about Zelensky. I don't think he's pro-Israel.
I mean, he definitely put a lot of official statements supporting Israel since October 7th and everything in regards to. I don't want to talk about it because I don't agree with those statements, but it's just gathering 40 million people together under.
Oh my God, I
Trump
haven't done
as a
reps, no.
president, and then
I mean, I've done a
being
couple,
an
but-
American right now. And being under Trump, so I would assume that you're pro-Israel as well, Hassan. Just because your president put out all those statements because they're a part of NATO, yeah, I guess that's how we define nations right now. We just assume what their president said, and then just classify every single citizen by no matter what is their opinion, and then the other person is just laughing it up and then saying that like, oh, Ukrainians must
That's
be peaceful,
obviously not what he's saying.
Palestinians. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're thinking about.
I don't
when
think
they're
I've
like
ever thought like
surviving for life right now.
God damn it, those
God damn
Palestinians.
those Palestinians.
Cloud sharks, yeah, coming for my trend,
Yeah.
being in the war.
It's just it's so upsetting for these two guys. Not Adam, but Hassan mostly is what's upsetting. Like the way he's laughing about it and just like everything he's saying is so
But it's the same energy
disrespectful.
as that one kid. I don't give
Oh my God, he's laughing about it. What about Aaron Bushnell when you said that it was that he was really good at burning? But if you don't know who Aaron Bushnell is, you should. Hey, Amir. But what about when you guys were making jokes about the echo in the microphone being the soul of Aaron Bushnell and you guys were laughing at it? What about that? Is that funny? What about joking about Hassan visiting Gaza? Because you know what will happen to Hassan in Gaza. Is that funny to you?
fuck about Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, it's the same quote, and everyone is saying that. Like, I don't care about it because they're like funded by the U.S. And you're like, okay.
Nice analysis.
By the way, I don't know
and
what Zelensky said, but I can tell you from my point of view as Israeli, we have a lot of Ukrainians and Russians in Israel. And so we have a deep bond with them. And I don't know, maybe that's why he might be pro-Israel.
I'll tell you, he's not.
Okay.
He's as pro-Israel as any other European country, right? He says Israel has a right to self-defense after October 7th, immediately afterwards, which I think most people would agree with, right? Certainly most world leaders echoed the same thing after October 7th. Other than that, he supports a Palestinian state. He recognizes a Palestinian state in June of last year.
So I wonder what Hassan's problem is.
Yeah, the statement Israel has a right to defend itself is such a loaded statement. It's just such an insane statement that when faced with the question of should Israel be genociding Palestinians, if the answer is, well, Israel has a right to defend itself, they're not defending themselves obviously. That's not defense, obviously. They said that they did they said that she's taking a mental health break, but it seems like I think it's forever just because of the way that they were talking about it.
Criticize Israel for withholding. Apparently they had an issue. Calls for Israel. Yeah, he has criticism for Israel against Russia and for holding arms. Apparently they owed them arms and Israel didn't send it.
Yes. The main part, I don't think president of the country that's in the war ever puts out any statements about another war ongoing somewhere else. So
I think it's insane to characterize him as pro-Israel, especially when he's fighting a fucking war for an existential war. He's not thinking about Israel.
And of course, they're always on every side. There's always a more far-right government.
Shut the fuck up.
Never-ending.
That happens a lot to Israel. Anyway, here's Adam's response.
John Stewart. He's the John Stewart of Ukraine.
That's true. He was. He used to be.
Yeah.
But he's like has to be super pro-Israel because like he's pro-NATO. He's
What's up, enemy?
State Department, right? And that's what the American
Haven't all the NATO countries like pretty much come out heavy against Israel? France has.
6. No, they haven't.
England, or maybe not Germany.
These are relatively recent developments, but yeah, UK and France both. France is just they recognize the Palestinian state.
Yeah,
and I think the UK was saying they're considering doing that.
I mean, this premise that NATO is somehow...
Spain is another NATO member that is pretty anti-Israel.
I think the only one that is still somewhat supportive is Germany because they don't have a choice.
That's funny. That's real funny. Was that funny? You can laugh at that, but you're policing what other people can laugh at. That's funny. No, they didn't recognize. They said on the condition that if Israel doesn't stop the blockade of aid, what's up, Brian? They said that if Israel does not stop the blockade, then they will recognize Palestine. It hinged on the qualification that Israel had to stop the blockade of aid for them to recognize Palestine as its own state. Which is insane, because why wouldn't you just recognize Palestine as a state? Thank you for the follow. Sambi.
It's kind of baked in.
No coming back from that.
No, they're like, listen, they're fucked up. I agree with you. But we can't, you know.